Hey everybody, it's Eric from EP Autos, your libertarian car guy, and gosh, I wish I had done the walk around of this 2015 Chrysler 200 yesterday when it was almost 70 degrees here in Southwest Virginia, and now the temperature's falling again and we're getting some ice, and this lighting probably doesn't show the car in its best light. But anyway, the 200 is Chrysler's imported from Detroit competitor for the Camry, the Accord, the Chevy Malibu, and the Ford Fusion. And frankly, it's the first Chrysler product in this class that's not only been a credible competitor, but maybe one of the top picks in this class, at least in my opinion. It's not quite as roomy inside as the Camry or the Fusion, but it has a number of virtues, including, and I'll show you this in a minute, an extremely graceful and, in fact, elegant, I think, interior. It also offers an optional V6 engine, which is becoming rather unusual in this class of vehicle, where the typical standard engine is a small 4 with a turbo 4 optionally available. And the upside, in my opinion, is not just that the V6 produces tremendous power, 295 horsepower, which is among the strongest engines that you can find in this class of vehicle. It does it the old-fashioned way, with displacement cubic inches, or cc's, however you'd like to define it, and without turbos. Some of the other cars in this class offer powerful four-cylinder turbo engines, but the potential downside to that is down the road, 6 or 7 years from now when the warranty runs out, there's the possibility that you might have expenses associated with the turbo. Minimally, you've got additional components, parts related to the turbo system that are there and could fail, and they do cost a lot if they do fail. Something else also, those engines typically require premium fuel, and I'll get around here and show it to you. The V6, this particular car I have is the C model with the V6, so the C being the sporty version of the car, the sporty-est version of the car. And you'll see premium fuel is not required for the V6. So you get 295 horsepower in this car, and you get it with regular unleaded, which is a significant savings. In my area, it's about 20 to 30 cents per gallon difference versus regular. So that's a real plus. And the V6 is just a nice big torquey engine. Power is always there, so I'm a big fan of it. Something else that this car offers that none of the other cars in this segment offer is a standard with both engines, the 4-cylinder and the V6, 9-speed automatic transmission. Even the new Camry, just updated for 2015, still comes with a 6-speed. 6-speed automatics are pretty much the default standard and optional transmission in this class of vehicle. So what's the advantage of the 9-speed transmission? Well, you've got tighter spacing between the gears, and that's a real help as far as fuel efficiency, because it helps to cut engine RPMs in each gear and also once you're on top. And it also is a performance enhancer. You get really crisp, quick shifts out of this thing, and the behavior of the transmission is really top drawer, really excellent. So now, the other thing I wanted to show you that I personally like, and this is, you get into subjectives here, but I think the interior of this car is extremely pretty. If you'll excuse some of my debris, I've been driving the car around for a week. Anyway, let me get in here and show you a nice, elegant, blue backlit dashboard and gauge cluster with, it's kind of neat, kind of homey, speedometer and tachometer. It actually tells you that, of course. Everybody knows what that is. Let me turn it on. This car has the optional large display screen here, which is very attractive, very easy to use. It also has this rotary style drive-by-wire shifter, which just a few years ago you only found that sort of thing in very high-end cars, luxury cars. Electric park switch is right here, and I like this canted console that you've got here. You've got a nice big storage area under here, which is nice. You've also got a secondary power point here, which you can see I use with my Valentine 1 radar detector. And here you've got nice expandable cup holders with they've got little plastic nubs in here that accommodate various sizes of cups and hold them securely, which is a nice touch. You push this and you roll that out, and then you've got all this storage space under here, and you've got your 112-volt power point. You've got a USB point. Now, something I'd like to point out that this is a small detail, but I really appreciate this. You can see the USB point, and you can access it. You can you can plug in your iPod and so on. In several cars I've had lately, they do have the USB port, but it's located back here in the back part of the console, and it's extremely difficult and awkward to plug the thing in. You can spend a couple of minutes trying to plug your USB port in. what else did I want to show you? Let me get outside here and take a look in the back seat. And I'm out. Okay, here's the back seat. Now you've got a bit less leg room in this than you would have in the Camry and the Fusion, which have exceptionally generous back seat accommodations. However, specs don't tell you everything. I'm 6'3", big tall geek, and I'm going to put my geeky body in here and we'll see how much leg room we have. And mind you, up in front, I've already got the driver's seat set up for a big tall geek like me, 6'3", so it's not as if the front seat back is pushed all the way forward. So let me sit in here. Okay, now I'm sitting in here 6'3", and you can see here's my lap and torso, and my knees have, you know, they've got pretty decent room. The only flaw that I found with the car is that the headroom is a little bit tight, and this is due to this sloping roofline here. If they had just, I don't know, made it a little bit less slopey and roundy, you got this round thing here, so the roof kind of comes down and it sort of hits your head a little bit if you're a tall geek like I am. It's not terrible, but you feel like you're a little bit packed in as a result of that. So the real issue in this car, in my opinion, is not the leg room, it's the headroom and also hip and side-to-side room. The car's a little bit narrower through the hips than some of the others in this segment. As far as nits, I really don't have any beyond that, well, with the exception of one thing. This car has an optional safety technology package, and I don't know if I'll be able to show you. Let me see if I can show it to you. It has proximity sensors in the front of the car, collision avoidance and object detection, which will also brake the car for you if it, slow the car for you if it senses that you're not applying the pedal. The problem I've experienced while driving this car is that it comes on too soon. And I'll give you an example. I was coming up to a red light when there were cars stopped in front of me, and I like to pull up to the cars in front of me, you know, not leave half a car length or a car length between my car and the car ahead of me. I think that's obnoxious, and it prevents other cars behind you from getting to left turn lanes and right turn lanes and so on. Anyway, I did that as is my usual practice, and let's see if I can show you what the car does. I did that, and the thing started beeping at me and screeching at me, and, you know, implying that I was about to hit something. Let's see, I'm going to just pull this thing up close to the house here and see if it does it. Net. Well, it doesn't want to do it. Anyhow, it does do it. Luckily, it's optional, and it can be turned off. Let me step out of the car again, turn things off, and that really is the only nit that I have with this otherwise really appealing car. It's a pretty car, it's a wonderful driving car, has a really nice, quiet, soft ride, and part of that is due to laminated acoustic side glass and acoustic windshield. And again, that is something that just a few years ago, I've been writing about cars for 20 years, and just a few years ago, 4 or 5 years ago, that was the sort of thing that you only found in really high-end cars, you know, in the $60,000, $70,000, $80,000 range and up. And this car starts around $21,000. It's actually slightly less expensive than most of the other cars in this class. So that's it. I'm going to have the full text review up at the website epautos.com shortly. I hope you'll stop in and take a look and leave your comments, pro and con. Let us know what you think. And if you're interested, we have EP Autos merchandise, including our official No Clovers, Don't Be a Clover sticker, and those are also available. And we will catch up with you next time, and hopefully it'll be warmer then.